firstly, congratulations on the new addition to the family. How's it all going?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, really good at the minute. He's don't mean to pause, but he's done everything right so far. Demi's done a phenomenal job, but he's ticking all the boxes that he's meant to tick. He's sleeping well, and he's kept us up a couple of times. But he's a great addition. The kids love him, and so do we.
Does it change much for you in terms of how your week looks with footy preparation? I know that sounds a bit funny, but does it change things for you at all?
Not really. I suppose 3 kids to 4 kids, not much. It's already chaos, so it's probably just the sleeping arrangements. But Demi helps me out there. Obviously, she knows I have a job to do, but there's going to be times where I'm going to be up and just got to deal with it and roll with the punches, speak to the club, and work out what's best for the week with training and things like that. So it's not a challenge that I haven't had in the past. So kind of just keep rolling with the punches.
Is it fair to say you won't be arrested for any interstate trips eventually? You'll enjoy the fact that you're going to
Yeah. Well, I was glad to actually make the game in Adelaide this week. But yeah, I'll be telling Scotty make sure that they're home games, or let me get away for a couple of nights. But if it needs to be a home game, it needs to be a home game.
Was it a close run thing getting back? Obviously, you flew back on the day of the game when you got word that Demi had gone into labour. Or were you back in plenty of time?
I had a little bit of time up my sleeve. I think I got to the hospital about 8 p.m. and he was born at 10, so a couple of hours. But I knew that there was a risk that he may have been born before I got there. But as long as I was there, close after, it would have been fine. So everything ran smoothly, and Parker and Demi were good.
It's been a great start to the season. Has it exceeded expectations? Did you think you'd be in this position after the first month?
To be honest, we had a great preparation through the pre-season. I suppose you never really know how you're going to perform. I think I was listening to Scotty's press conference the other day. We were optimistic that we could be 4-0, but we have won some close games. We could be 1-3, but still working on things. We're still continuing to grow as a group. We've got some young guys playing great footy at the minute, and same with some experienced players as well. So I think it's just we're getting a real even contribution across the board, as well as a couple of great individual performances through those games as well. So I think that's playing a massive part. Obviously coached really well by Scotty and his team, which I think plays a massive part as well. So pleasing that we're 4-0, but still got a mountain of work to do. Got a great stretch of games coming up that will challenge us, and we're really looking forward to them.
You talked about the young guys. I mean, the young midfield's looking pretty good. Do you know from your experience playing with so many Cats legends, do the young guys draw any comparisons to any other guys that you played in with the past?
Not really, to be honest, but the likes of Tanner, just his power and toughness, it does draw you to stuff that Danger used to do a little bit. Obviously, Danger's got a few more runs on the board there, but his power and his burst away from stoppage can look similar. Holmesy's speed is electric, and something I wish I had, that's for sure. So, there's plenty. Toby Conway is a great example. He has great talent. Obviously, going to be in and out of the side a little bit, which is it's exciting. It's exciting for the group. It's exciting for the Cats fans and everyone else out there.
How's Danger looking at the moment in training this week? Is he looking fresh, and you think he's ready for a return potentially?
Yeah, well, he says he might be, but to be honest, we've only just come into training today from the game, so I think he had a training session on the weekend and was good, but we'll just see how the rest of this week takes place. We have a little run around today, and then our main session's not till Thursday, so I'm sure we'll know more later in the week.
You spoke about individual performances and how they've helped get you over the line. I mean, Jeremy Cameron on the weekend, is he a forward or midfielder now? I mean, he can do everything, can't he?
Yeah, he can. I would love to see him centre half back as well. I keep telling him I want him down back, but he's just one of those players that draws the footy. He has great aerobic capacity, reads the game really well. So I think you place him in any position, he's going to have an effect on the game. But still like him kicking goals in our forward line. He's usually a great kick for goal. He's been kicking a few points lately, but he's a special player.
We know that, but does it surprise you when he continues to evolve like that?
Not really. No, he as I said, he has a great footy mind, so he understands the game, knows where to run. He's like a freakish talent, and as you said, we all know that. But when he actually puts it into a game in a different position, I suppose people kind of light up a little bit. So I was going to say we expect it, but we don't expect anything less from him.
You've spoken like a lot of talk over the pre-season has been these young guys, but on the weekend there was great performances from Myers and Bowers and Parfitt. How important, I guess, when you have those young guys, the old guys, but the middle kind of group, how important are they to this kind of run at the moment? Yeah,
massive. I think Brian, started the season in fine form, just like he finished the season last year, or the whole season. It's great to see Bosey get in and have a full game. He had a bit of an interrupted part there leading into the season. And Parf's, he's, I suppose, I'm not going to say taking his game to another level, but he's just bringing what we know he can bring. His pressure's, elite for an AFL player, and it's something that is really vital for the way we're playing at the minute.
From your experience, how ready do you think these young guys are to contend in September? Because it's looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, there's still a long way to go. A few of them have had, I suppose, September experience, which is always important. I think we try and train and play like we're playing as a finals team and a finals contender. So we set up our training week, and we expect to play like a finals team. So hopefully that can help them come the time if we get to September.
Speaking pre-season, you said you didn't expect to play all 23 games, but you've started so well. Will a break come, and is it on the horizon, or is it further down the track?
Well, I suppose I missed round 2 anyway, so maybe count that one. But I'm sure they're going to come throughout the season. It's just communication with myself, the physical team, and the coaches as well. So we'll just see how that plans out. Not sure how it's looking at the minute.
Do you find that still gives you continuity, like when there is the depth and there is maybe some changes, but is that a positive and negative that those units are the same or not each from week to week?
Just being in and out of the side for people that are managed, is that kind of what you're...
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose each player is different with the continuity side of things, and I'm sure that gets taken into account when the decision's made, but at the end of the day, we don't necessarily want to be playing our best footy now. We want to kind of keep building and looking after our players to peak at the right time for the season. So that's the physical team and the coaches to, I suppose, talk to the individual players and see what best suits them.
On that, would you, if you were Paddy Dangerfield, would you want to, with no disrespect to North, would you want to risk yourself this week knowing that the team's in good form and just take your time to recover well from an injury? Would you do the same, or would you like to rest an extra week?
We're competitive people, and we love playing AFL footy, so I dare say he'll be putting his hand up if he thinks he's right. But as I said, it'll come down to communication with the relevant people of what's best for himself and the team. So as I said, he's still got a few more training sessions to tick off, and then the decision will be made, I guess.
What have you made of North so far? They're playing what they call North ball, but it does work at times. At times it's still not because they're a young side. What have you made of them? Yeah,
I think they're exciting, to be honest. They've got an exciting young midfield that are going to be hard to play against. There might be fluctuations through games, but at some stage it's going to click, and it's going to be a 4-quarter performance. So every AFL game is hard, and I think it's only getting harder just by the speed of the game and the way everyone's attacking. It's if you're off defensively as a unit, it can really come back to bite you. So we work really hard during the week to perform at a high level each week, and we continue to do that.
What would it just drafted Mitch Duncan think of now Mitch Duncan becoming an AFL life member?
Don't know. I think he would have thought it's a long way off, that's for sure. But it probably wouldn't have been. It definitely wasn't something I'd think about. But I would have, if someone asked me if I wanted to get there, I would have said yes. So proud of the work that's been put in. Very grateful to land at a club that I did, and it's obviously a lot of hard work, and I thank the people around me to help me get there. My support network, from immediate family to external people, old coaches that have come through the walls, and old teammates as well. So yeah, it's a great little milestone to tick off, but hopefully there's still a few more.
I think you put Joel Corey in the background in terms of games played for the club. I think Mack and Scarlo are next at 280. Do you win, then you're into the top 10 for games played at the club? Do the numbers mean anything to you?
I've probably not at this stage yet. Don't worry, I'll remind Mac about it. Then I'm just about to take him over. But no, they don't, not necessary yet. But I suppose I do look at them a little bit when you get this close, and just with past teammates like Hawk taking over some of his milestones, you're kind of like, wow, like I'm still lucky enough to be able to play with Hawk, and I've played a lot with those other ex-teammates that have done so much for the footy club, and I'm just lucky that they left the footy club in a place that we can still do what we love doing and be successful as well. So I've just I'd like to thank them as well.
If you win on the weekend, Tom gets another record. That's the most wins at GMHBA Stadium.
Yeah.
Does he need to stand and not dig him?
Yeah, well, I did interview him a couple of weeks ago, and I did say, did they go the early crow on the stadium? But no, I think the naming of the stadium is, after an absolute legend of the footy club. Going off topic from Hawk here, with Joel, and he's done so much for so many people, and as I said, he's left his club in fantastic position for me and for people, the next generation coming through. So fantastic there. And going back to Hawk, like it's funny when you compare Hawk and Joel a little bit, like two great mates, but you just think the size and physical attributes that Hawk has, how has he managed to play for as long as he has, and to be able to take over the win record if we were lucky enough to win on the weekend, is quite remarkable.
2025, whether you start talks about what it looks like?
Geez, that's still a bit early. To be honest, I'm just trying to really enjoy this year first and foremost, and I think the rest will kind of take care of itself, pending form or injury or things like that. So I just look forward to running out there each week for the Geelong Footy Club and giving my best. We'll be in communication with the footy club in due time and just see where that lands. I still think my footy is capable at the level at this stage. So we'll see where it all bounces.
Remind me, did you play Gather Round last year, or are you still out?
Played Gather Round, yeah.
That's one of your first games back.
Second game back, I think, last year, yeah.
What's it like though playing a neutral game at Adelaide Oval in front of 35,000 people?
Geez, the crowd were really rowdy. It was great. I think the Mexican wave got going late in the game, and you kind of didn't really know which team kind of started it, of fans. So I think there still was a very neutral fan base there, and I think that's obviously the second game that some of them may have watched. They were there for a while, so they were getting a bit top heavy, I reckon. But it was it's a great experience. I love Gather Round. I love the whole concept of it. Walking down the street, running into different players, and just the respect that you have for them and other coaches as well. So it's, I feel like it has a bit of grand final vibes with the live side and just everyone up and about. It's pretty exciting.